Today, IGR, with an Institute of Governance Reform, and CAL, with a Center for Accountability and the Rule of Law, Salone, they all to do different surveys. Inside the surveyor, they find say corruption, the heleba one inside Sierra Leone Parliament. Before we don't do a program na ya, before even the report here come out, where the ministers them not they respect Parliament. And I be ask a question na ya, for say, what in the minister ya know, we make them not get one respect for Parliament. I be also ask say, now for say where they can call them for go make the where the president he can please them for appointing people there and for make Parliament say yes, this person fit for the job. For say you keep business can play or not. As one fumble, one can look inside Sierra Leone Parliament and corruption one. Because they say they are not. And then two people here, we say Salon Parliament corrupt. They no go take a light with them. Then go even drag them to the extent where then go all contempt of Parliament. We go can look inside it. Because we Chef Nasia Network, today before we come on air, we ask the question, what's in your perception about Sierra Leone Parliament and why? Because Salon Parliament say, one part of the reason they wouldn't give, we made them vex, they say then just ask the people, what the people say, Salon Parliament corrupt, they not ask them say, why you say Salon Parliament corrupt? So today, then they go be part of our own questionnaire. If you say Salon Parliament not corrupt, why you say that? If you say Salon Parliament corrupt, why you say that? So something, then they go help them. But for now, then two civil society organizations they are, we say Parliament corrupt. By waiting and get Parliament doing big thing na the head. We can look inside it. Yeah? Make we look inside today, COVID-19 status updates. 579 tests, now in the labs them analyze. 579. Out of them 579, yeah, 7 turn out for be positive. Out of the 7 we turn out for be positive. Now from them different districts here then come out. Western area urban 6, Western area rural 1. 7 positive case for today. Now so the other numbers them don't look like now inside the COVID-19 status updates. The total number of cumulative case don't reach now 2,238 because of that 7 where we get. It will reach 2,238. For the past 24 hours, nobody no lost in life to COVID-19. So we still team up at 72 people we don't lost their life to COVID-19 na Salone. They want them where they respond to treatment. Now the treatment centers then at the country now 471. They want them where they in quarantine now 303. They want them where on discharge from quarantine now 11,361. They want them where recover within the last 24 hours, now 8. And that one they don't carry the total number of people we don't recover from coronavirus to 1,695. You know, say, then elect for share with we, the Mano River Union countries them, then update for today. new cases na the Mano River Union countries. Sierra Leone get 7, Guinea get 18, Liberia get 0, and Ivory Coast get 55. A total number of 80 new cases na the Mano River Union countries. The total number of deaths, nothing not change there. It's still standard Sierra Leone 72, Guinea 66, Liberia 82, and Ivory Coast 120. And this carry a total number of deaths 340. People them na the Mano River Union countries them we don't lost their life to COVID-19. Remember, COVID-19 is real. It's still there. So please adhere to all the rules and regulations them where the well-bodied people and they say, na salon and across the globe usa you dey, because we all need to stay alive for tell the story of COVID-19 na the world. We come look inside we program for today. Parliament corrupt. Parliament say they no agree say then corrupt. They say now one of the most honorable house na the country. Now he make they call the members of parliament honorable. But other people in the ask say how honorable then honorable be. Some people even don't begin to say, you know what thing? For even change them from calling them honorable. They say because some of the MPs them not even deserve to be called honorable. They're not glad. They are not happy. They face them frown. Like how we will say locally, they invest. Salon Parliament vest. They're not glad at all. But we not go just come say make we see what happened yesterday. I want make we go take them from whose side this thing begin. We Carl, we na the Center for Accountability and the Rule of Law, and IGR, we na the Institute of Governance Reform. Separate survey na in do. Separate one. The thing we're fascinating here, this is not the first time where then they do the survey. But we'll find out, say, this particular one way come and expose some of we institutions them where we all highly in the country, from parliament, including the office of the president, to even the ministers them, to healthcare system, salon police then accostaments. Then accostaments, so they want to salon police, okay, I beg. Then accostaments, so they want we just they left them. But waiting I see right now is like every institution is fighting against the reports here. They all fight against them. Now they don't go to the extent say they want to know the methodology where they use. They want to know whose people where they ask. They want to see the print of the people. They want to see the answer of the people. They want... I don't know rich now for corruption. It's sweet for say that person they corrupt. But it's bitter when they say you corrupt, instead of you taking a look at yourself, You know how this thing can turn? Within our house. They picking them, You want them. They rule like the house. Say, nobody, not for misbehave, nobody, not for mix by any bad trick. We go shame the host in name. For one reason, maybe the papa within the house, in self, look the waka fine. So the picking and say, I beg you, do waiting papa they can put them kind of look how they behave. But the pa feel say the pikin they no see him. So in they behave in the manner way they behave. The pikin themselves then they pa their own. Then they do their own better one. But however, one pa the pikin then come out. He go lick the secrets na do. Na they go lick the secrets. The papa self be get for yeri. For say that pikin they don't come on house. You go talk na treat. Before they marry, some of the pikin in the house then begin get palaver. Say then they do the thing them. Where they say this house go make this house shame. But you get why we uncle, we in day for investigate matter them. Because na you walk randy. That uncle from where he say, he go look inside the entire. 30 do the wait. Uncle not able can tell we waiting exactly them picking them be they make palaver. If not true them be they talk or not just out of wamat, then them be they call themselves or they accuse themselves. We still wait for Dandy. Dandy not done. Other picking inside the house. Come out back. In waka kekling. Na BBC na they reach. Na they go talk. Parliament corrupt. Abbas Bundu, the Honorable, when at the Speaker, he say no. Far from it. He said na the least thing where you go even think say Parliament deeper corruption. To that one then do not for Parliament. But however, someone in the House, Honorable Indolo Gevao, he say not to something where him proud for talk, but he not go shy away from the truth. And waiting he say na the truth. Then people them where that press release can come and say it has pleased His Excellency for say party A, B, and Z, then for go now for take this office, but they are subject to that Parliament approval. Well, anytime Parliament can see that kind of press release day, now the 10, then can see don't fine because they no say package get for come. If package no come, well, you are on your own. They say not so than they no more. Other people, when they can come to budget, right now, we don't begin watch today, budget hearing. When they come to budget, you get for go back in a parliament. Oh la la. You go back in a parliament, you get for go lobby. Oh, but we all lobby in a money. You get for pass the envelope then a parliament. So that you budget for one new ministry. Hey! They wonder whether ministry they know they deliver. You budget for one new ministry. When a true parliament na they approve them. You get for go na parliament, you go pass envelope so that they go approve them. On what condition? What do I think fine, but think. This pen cost $1. This pen cost $1. And you need this pen for do you work. But you get for go bribe 50 cents for make you go buy this pen. If you don't take out of your money, you don't bribe 50 cents. You go buy the pen. You go buy her. So we don't see who sign the foundation of corruption and the ministries them when not they deliver. You don't suicide the foundation there. You don't see her. And this one not to unbeknown to the clerk, not to me say, not to unbeknown to the clerk. His name is in there. And not to Dandy no more. Almost in a year we don't deal with cases them where if Parliament summon somebody, then they look at themselves. Because waiting they go say, hey, but I don't go na brown envelope. Now what's kind of harassment this now? I don't want for harass me. So you see, Usai the ministries them, the MDs them, when they don't respect parliament, because parliament don't tell them respect for Kokoebe, even though the Speaker of the House refused. He say no, because I said today, police, when they talk about it, then accostaments. Then they under. You see then the fact where they say police corrupt. You see that they can't make it they say they are also then go just cut them. They make them fine on top. Then they forget about her. They forget about her. But now with waiting me and you do hear from Honorable Indolo Gevao. And even Uma Ufofana say, you see some people they say it's like say parliament they harass them because they're not put for them. You don't see what Timmy Kweden can say parliamentary election. Then they fight to 10-0 because the one they appoint them. Then they fight. And make nobody not tell me about say now the APC or the SAPP. Now all the parliamentarians there. Because if C4C no mix, if NGC no mix, if then Chief they no mix, they should be the whistleblowers. So as long as you are in parliament and you are not a whistleblower, my dear, you are corrupt. You say if you mix, you know tell me so you know they see. You know tell me so you know they see. So here we are not differentiating, say, oh, this one, now that one, and they from the daddy to the cook, to the who can serve the house, my dear, they are corrupt. Even though the pape say they're not corrupt too. But would they go down small? I tell you, say, it's going to be an interesting one today. I make we say a network, no they rush over things. And they take me time, kiggity, for make are able for make you understand waiting exactly for understand when they can say one or two things they happen. So with waiting we don't establish now. That day now be the 9th of September. Now I make the Honorable Abbas Bundu when I know the speaker, I know the daddy in the parliament, he be telling me say, don't worry. He say where we don't open, because that thing they may close. He say where parliament open. Where parliament open. Then go deal with the matter. And they not fail Leo. They not fail at all for deal with the matter where parliament open. Parliament we get for say, you know what's in? Make we self call a press briefing. Make we brief the people of Sierra Leone. And then for so they ready for call and press briefing. The press the other while go, then put the names then they. Let you know for say you. If they not put your name there, not go close to parliament. So then put the name then they. Say na they want and then they want. And lo and behold, the day was here. Wait, now yesterday. They say make them go clean the name. That same way me and you, they talk about say parliament corrupt because we self we don't deal with Tanaya. Say parliament now be the second most corrupt institution after Oda. They are lagged by the Salon police. Now in parliament, you know, people in the talk. Let me make the Speaker of Parliament address. It took long, over 30 minutes. But to know get time for Kansidona, listen all landy. But me, I take him from Honorable Indolo Gevao, he talk with him, you register. I take him from outside the Speaker of Parliament, begin for talk say, now so Honorable Indolo Gevao say, I beg, pay attention, oh yeah? Listen, as the speaker, this is not the end part where the speaker be the talk. It's 30 minutes. Honorable Council don't listen all. So the last 7 minutes, then with the basin. Listen to this, please.
One of our own, Honorable Moewo Hindolo Jivao, asked while chairman of the Parliamentary Legislative Committee, confirmed over the popular BBC Focus on Africa program, broadcast on the 9th of September 2020, that there were corrupt practices in this fifth parliament, as alleged by Mr. Ibrahim Tommy of CAL. However, when questioned by the Anti-Corruption Commission to adduce evidence to substantiate his claims beyond the mere statement of generalities.
I beg listen here. Waiting Indolo Givao tell we just know. Now the speaker say, then call Indolo Givao the honorable for go anti-corruption. Make he go tell them. Waiting is sabi, but waiting he talk so. Make he give them documents we go prove. Say waiting he be talking na BBC na true. Here waiting the speaker say happen na ACC.
Mr. Hindolo Givao failed woefully. Now the ACC is inviting the general public to come forward with evidence, if any.
Sierra Leoneans, if we are really serious about fighting corruption, now, they say that claim we Hindolo Givao, the honorable, talk, they saw they ask him for pull evidence, he not pull any evidence. He say he failed woefully. So now they don't throw away the ball now to we, the listening public, to we, the people of Sierra Leone. Say if you not get any evidence for sure say parliament corrupt, make you care and go ACC. Continue for listening.
That could substantiate Givao's puerile claims. This singular incident is not only a grave affront to the image and dignity of Parliament, it has placed the honorable member in a situation that is prima facie in gross violation of his responsibilities to Parliament under the provisions of Section 97 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, for which appropriate disciplinary action is currently under contemplation.
They say that talk way Honorable Givao go talk na BBC. They wouldn't call her na Parliament na ACC until he no agree. Now then they discipline him. Continue.
Upon the resumption of Parliament after its recess, this matter will be committed to the Parliamentary Committee on Ethics and Privileges for investigation. To the civil society organizations similarly involved in making frivolous and unsubstantiated allegations against Parliament, I would advise that they take full notice now, together with their financial backers, that appropriate steps will soon be taken by Parliament to redeem its good name and reputation. Ladies and gentlemen, this Parliament is a Parliament that respects the doctrine of separation of powers and the rule of law. It is also obligated to respect the cardinal principles of openness, transparency, and accountability. More importantly, it is a Parliament that respects fully its duty to always remain answerable to its sovereign, the people of Sierra Leone. And under my watch, it will never compromise these obligations. Immediately following the publication of the allegations of corruption by CAL, I spared no effort to grant an interview to Mr. Umaru Fofana, of the BBC, in which I expressed utter shock and consternation over the allegations of Carl. I made it abundantly clear in that interview that the people of Sierra Leone do not expect their parliament to be corrupt by any stretch of the imagination, let alone being the second most corrupt institution in the country, as alleged by Carl. However, I promised in that interview that if ever such practices as alleged by Carl are taking place, then I do consider it an opportunity for self-introspection and for full investigation. Already, the leadership of this parliament has unanimously resolved to establish an ad hoc committee to undertake such an investigation without prejudice to the matters to be committed to the Committee of Ethics and Privileges. In the meantime, Parliament unreservedly condemns the outcome of the so-called perception surveys to the extent that they constitute an unmitigated affront to the dignity and image of Parliament. We also cannot conceal our displeasure at what appears to be a deliberately orchestrated and calibrated conspiracy to damage the good name and reputation of Parliament and parliamentarians.
He say they want them, we do that report, and then financiers them. We want damage the good name. Yesterday we talk about name now. And they say Shalom for his name, you know the play. He said the good name of Parliament. Then get word for them. Continue for listening.
We therefore challenge both Carl and Afrobarometer and IGR and all their financiers to bring forth evidence to substantiate their allegations, or else run the risk of being found guilty of contempt of Parliament.
You know, yeah. So some people ask, so to na threat or na waiting? Na threat na in the Speaker of Parliament na they do na ya? For say, if una no can show we how una say we corrupt, we go all una for contempt of Parliament. And all the jebe we can count with that kind of gobule. All then go bumper them. Boom. Just like that. Continue for listening.
With all its attendant consequences. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Fifth Parliament, I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for your very kind attention. Thank you.
Miss, if I help them, the pa, he talk fine. The pa, he talk fine. If you never talk. But Adisa, I don't know what he make Honorable Indolo Givao fail for produce, waiting they ask him for produce. But the BBC on, we are waiting Ibrahim Tommy say. So what do you feel say Carl and IGR go do when the Speaker of Parliament talks so? What do you feel say them go do? It seems say they don't forget, They don't shake, they don't shake like that they on a freezing temperature. But listen, Andrew Lavalley, waiting is say just after where Parliament don't talk waiting then talk show. Listen to this.
We do not feel flustered. We do not feel threatened at all. I think the bond of oversight, because Parliament, civil society, and you, the media, really need to work hand in gloves to ensure that there is stronger oversight of government. If any one of those arms, if Parliament is weak, we will not be deterred to say that Parliament is weak. If the media is weak, we will not be deterred to say that the media is weak. In this case, we have spoken to people. Carl spoke to people. The Institute for Governance Reform and the Afrobarometer, they spoke to people. The people of Sierra Leone are saying that in the rank of public institutions, Parliament, in their view, it ranks second in corruption. You cannot fight that. What we need to do now is to sit down and ask our questions. Why are people saying that? How do we correct it for the better? We cannot choose to fight it. If we continue to fight it, we'll lose the challenge of addressing poverty. We'll lose the challenge of addressing cohesion. We'll lose the challenge of addressing national accountability.
Yeah, Andrew Lavalley, you don't tell the speaker, say, Papi, we're not a fear. You never scared winner. Not at all. We don't go ask people. Now we think people say, some of the parts and stuff will not play. Where the speaker they talk say na perception different from reality. Even to today, the SCC boss say na perception different from reality. He say people can perceive something, but when they go find out what's in the reality, and sometimes the reality can different from what's in people and they think. And then there's Solomon call bad name. I don't drag on from the 9th of September. Take it to what happened yesterday. Now I say, no, it's in. Make no left and do. We share a network. We share for one do yon. Make we do a quick one before we come on air. Make we ask the people of Sierra Leone what's in their perception about Parliament and why. The first person he said a criminal gang and cartel. He said all of them. He said that the same people, they ratify bogus deals them. He said they were not the same bandits them. Then just they add new one then they. Other one he say that the most corrupt group of people in a salon. He said, but the ordinary people and them blame. Because now then they vote, then corrupt people there. Other person he say, if the perception about we parliament is corrupt, he said, that means say, we self the citizens them, we corrupt. He said, because we do, now we, the votes then they for go represent we. He says, so now we corrupt self, now in the vote, the corrupt person we go represent we dey. There was another one where I see. This one he say, corruption to the highest degree. He say nothing say Parliament need any evidence for substantiate the perception where the citizens there think about them. Other person be, I know able to defend on but other person be say, if somebody na the host, he say, if a parliamentarian say they corrupt, Uda na in for talk say they not corrupt. We person inside the house already don't say they corrupt. So why in for can talk say they not corrupt? Corruption in Parliament. Parliament say they are not. They are not happy. They're not glad. In fact, they vex. Anybody will tell them say they're corrupt. And you hear all the big English them where the Speaker of the House don't lambast where he be the give in briefing. For say they need to take and today, they need to take and tomorrow. I said this is the first time where then they question the people who conduct the survey. They go explain how many thousand people they ask, how they do one motion at the question, how they For saying a corruption, they fight back. For saying that we the people and get wrong perception about parliament. Indeed, for say parliament's not corrupt at all. Now just waiting, we think. Sometimes, until this now the 5th parliament, sometimes that parliament will be there before this. Now then corrupt, but not to them wire. Forgetting say, somebody where they inside them wire. Don't already talk say, when then can say for go approve people. And people then can count envelope. Salon Parliament. Now on a matter, now they deal with so. And this one will not get for Tepara. Make we count Tony to Jones, make we hear what's in it gets for we today. Yes, Tony, you get the platform, sir.
Yeah, Abraham, thanks so much for having me. Obviously, the Speaker of the House, Honorable Abbas Bundo, no need for threatening people. Parliament is an institution where they represent the people, where they formulate laws them. And if that not then functions, which means they therefore be open to criticism, they therefore be open to whatever people then they say, it's just like you handling objections. It gives you an opportunity if people then get doubts or then get questions them where they feel say not cleared, come out openly and explain to them the processes that are involved. You understand? But then rather holding a press conference and even they threaten for a lawsuit against the institution we carry on the survey. You understand? I don't think that's the right way. If we really want to move forward, if we really want the best of the society, especially Sierra Leone, those institutions should be open therefore be happy for the people and they give them views, be negative or positive, take them. We know say institution or human being, everybody gets in strength and weaknesses. You can't be 100%. We don't expect Parliament for be 100%. They must have their flaws. They must have areas where are their weakness, where they can work on. Just like they must get areas where are their strength. But in a situation like this, you come out for threatening, which means you don't want to give the people the right or make them able for voice their opinion. You understand? And I see nothing wrong. Even in the Western world, they have institutions like that where they come up with those surveys. You understand? But it's not a matter of you threatening. There's nothing wrong in having a press conference, but the tone nation at which they talk, he was talking with emotions, which tells you he's grieved, or probably they're not happy, just like he mentioned. But this, Carl, they not just come up with an opinion. Our parliament, this is an historic problem. This is an historic problem. They fail to realize that even lobbying, where say if you don't allow people to use their discretion or make them vote freely, you understand? You dey lobby na corruption. Because say this thing, you understand, not in your favor, but you lobby for make you get people there for make them they on your side because you want them. It's good, they probably may call the canvas or whatever they want to say. But I'm talking about bad laws that we don't pass in our parliament. And this is a historic problem. We are not blaming them, but we're blaming the predecessors and even the one that we did it. Some people don't do that for 2 terms, 3 terms. And these old ones that we don't did it, now they corrupt the new ones and where they come. So if you see the new ones and where they in parliament, they have issues with certain times because other people they try for interfere in their own offices. Now because of these old people who have been there, because they know exactly how the system operates. Most of these approvals where we see, where they approve, even government functionaries them, some people they even in credentials. They get questions. People, they get eyebrow. They even question the institutions and where they say they get the qualification or whatever form. This same parliament will go ahead and approve those people. And at the end of the day, these people will not even perform. This parliament they will not say anything. So based on all those parameters, when you look at all the things, then they boils down to make people then come up with opinion, say, yes, the parliament is corrupt. And one key thing when we want for raise, probably they might say it's not their regime, not under this administration, or under this Speaker of the House, but majority of those people, both SFPP and APC, they were in parliament where even a toll road was passed. And we all know, say, no parts, nothing at the wall where then they collect toll, they start for begin collect toll, where 20% or 30% of the work not even completed. When a still a work in progress, the work still they go on, they claim in, they put toll road, not even what's that Hastings, they put on a songo, they put on outside, start for collect. And this thing went through parliament. This same parliament will forbid the voice of the people, will forsake the interest of the people, pass those laws. We look at the mining laws. There was a time when they passed a mining law, 24 hours, they rush and pop. You can't blame only the APC member of parliament because SFPP member of parliament were there. If sometimes we talk about past things and with the past administration do it wrong, there were honorable members represent when our opposition members them within our parliament didn't say anything because of this same brown envelope or lobbying that is going on in parliament. If they were formidable, we are in the people interest, just like we get Tower, we honorable alumni, where you understand, where they do such a very good job. Before they see a different thing. But all of them, I concur and support. Similar laws that we don't go to parliament office. This should have been lost them. Even this ship, they should have actually ship away where they give lights from the past administration. They should have reviewed. If they tell us with a 2 month blackout, continuously with a blackout, and come with a sustainable power, we will not say we'll go for save money and make us say, no, this ship is not, we can't continue with quick fix. For decades, we've been with quick fix. And all these laws, they went through parliament. You understand? This is the institution where if Salon de Usa a Desudi Leketide, that because most of these government officials or functionaries, past and present, will not they perform. Where corruptly grumble, so they say they eat money than this. Majority of 99% went through parliament. This same parliament never approved it. Don't even question or look at the background for say some of these people them where they give their points. How credible are some of them? Then do they have integrity? Their past records or this or that? No. Just because they go and lobby, just like you opening. When you say they go and give envelope here. So they don't even respect them because these people are the first initial stage. They don't bribe the member of parliament. So what do you expect them to do? They can't deliver because what you do from the onset, they've been involved in dubious activities. So for me, in the conclusion, an officer, the member of parliament, the members of parliament, they will get with MPs and get over. The guy through. We don't receive in Tower where people in the area say he's the best. Why do you think he resigned from the committee with me? Because of all these things happening. When somebody go out for interfere into your own office or what for interpreting for be the outcome, it's like a rubber stamp. Then just they make protocols. Then call me to say everything has been done at the back end. No, I don't see this as a way go make Salon go before. If we want for make go, we can't say go before. We go for make sure say with parliament. There is certain honesty. What is parliament? You understand? All them sabi for talk. Now when the newspaper parliament, now parliamentarians in Africa. They don't even look at the economy. What is happening that we have a cash-strapped economy. We have an economy that is not moving. Where the GDP is very, very, very low. They're not looking at that. Many times they just focus on their own. They don't even look at other people. That very, very important. Their functions is very important in the society, like the doctors, the nurses, the teachers. These core people that way. Now, if we salute for advance, these are the people that way. Now they go for actually do the best job. and push people in terms of education. If our teachers are not satisfied, we can't get the best out of it. If our doctors or nurses or people they handle key areas, they are not satisfied, definitely we can't get the best out of them. Then make we find out say at some point we may see brain drains. Teachers are moving elsewhere. Doctors, nurses are moving elsewhere. Some of them prefer to work for private institutions, private agencies than work for government because they are salary. But this parliament always, if you look at them package, it's you can't imagine. Some are not even going to parliament, go full sessions, and look at the salary what they get every month. We're not jealous them. But waiting with the tribe force, I have a lot of friends who are parliamentarians. I have lots and lots of friends. You understand? We're not jealous them. But we want to make something clear. See, if we country have to move forward, this stage where we did, we try to make sure all facets, all sectors, all everywhere try to do their jobs. The parliament, let them for be the head in make sure say some of them departments and they supervise them, raise eyebrow, just the one way, then come up with the energy sector, they get problem. When they come up, they can give ultimatum to the minister or whatever. This is what we should be seeing in several sectors, several ministries. This should be the checks and balances. If they say this ministry is not delivering, agricultural ministry is just talking. Nothing is happening. They should raise eyebrow, raise red flags on institutions that are not doing well. That's their function. But if they see no numbers themselves that they party or they don't go get the envelope, they don't see anything, people must stamp them for being corrupt. Because now then they formulate bad laws then. So that's my main take. It's not a matter of them threatening the Carl or Tommy. It's about them, how they can go back and put the house in order. Go back to the drawing board and review certain things that they say they're not best in the interest of the people of Sierra Leone. Then we will begin to see the next say, yes, the parliament is moving. We can say, yes, at least there's some changes and the parliament is ready for work with me. That's my own contributions.
Thank you very much, Tony. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Well, we will talk about corruption in parliament. The Speaker of the House, when I the daddy na the OC, he was not corrupt. And he not taken lightly with IGR and Carl for that kind of report today. Whether they go talk say corruption the inside parliament. They're not taken clearly so. And they're serious right now. But again, they say they go make the ethics committee in the parliament sit down and look inside the matter. So if the ethics committee get for sit down and look inside the matter, but the speaker already don't say, then refute everything within the report. What in the ethics committee want for look inside again? Because the speaker don't deny, don't say, they don't agree. So the ethics committee then get for really look into her, or then self go just say, but I just waste of time. We to one proof. We already know saying I lie, then people here they lie. So what are we saying here? Because I feel say the ethics committee for don't first look inside, even before then they make this press conference, and they can't tell we now say, they don't sit down, they don't look inside, they find out say what's in the report here say na lie. But no, they not do them. Okay, make a call to doctor. Make we hear what's in get for we. Yes, Dr. Aisatuka Kejalo, you get the platform.
Yes, hi. Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody do well. I think we're on a segment where they try for really deal with corruption in our country, and we hope say, really as things and they unfold, we go really, use we power, we go use all that we have for ensure say, this corruption, so we will end on a salon for that salon go forward. as we come every day, we try for make like the people that with it in governance understand, see, corruption, as they already know. It's not like they don't know about what's really happening right now. They know exactly what's happening, but they have refused to accept the problem, see, corruption in the country, and then among certain people then when they govern, we, now daily corruption day, right? So, and if somebody where they within a group where they don't identify, see, now then the second most corrupt institution at the country, if una feel say, if them feel say, they're not corrupt, for begin they threaten, the other people then say, they not get proof, or you want to let them come with, a proof or documentation. Maybe this is what I think. The reason why, Honorable Giva not bring proof to them, because it bring them to them, maybe they will try for twist in neck again, for like join them and the dirty habit, what they do, for like the country go before when like corruption. Right? So maybe the right person for show proof say they were the mixed pan corruption is hard to talk, to them, because I don't try multiple times for convince them, say what they do so in all right, or what they do so in all right, so will go with you evidence to them kind of ready. You evidence they take on to people then when say them will do something about what thing they go on. Now that me feel say that honorable try for do, and also if you feel say that they give you money every time they put your budget forward and they give you the money, then they give you the money, say let put on your pocket, or let do something for yourself. Then say let do it for your constituents, or let do it for the community where you serve. Let people that really understand, say you go into politics for let you serve the public. Let you understand, say you're not going to politics, say I will become rich. If that's what any public servant gets in mind, say, because you go into that profession, starting with the politicians, them, that way they can forget rich. I think they have to take a step back and say, you know what? I think I'm in it in the wrong, line of thinking, because I don't feel, say, anybody where they serve the general public, for the beginning, they always think about himself. If you really serve your constituency with you true heart, as then they give you funds them for develop areas then where they come to roads, where they come to schools, or health clinic centers and at the communities and where they live or where they serve, you go make sure so you get proof for sure that really you go into this profession for let you really bring a change and development with what they give you, no matter how small it is. Just put them outside and one let you put them. Not put them at the back end of, your pocket and then go home. Not to that the people that want to see in Sierra Leone. The people in Sierra Leone want to see change. They want to see change. And also, in order for them to really see change, people are therefore really ready for fight, the corruption and say no to corruption. When they see something where it go wrong, point it out. Don't be afraid, What these people are doing right now, I think they just feel like they can come out there, say big statements, try to make people scared away, right? You're not scaring anybody away. We are past that stage. We are in the 21st century, and there's a lot of things that have changed, in this lifetime. It's not like before when you do something, the media. Now, too many smartphones out there. There are a lot of ways of you capturing what's really they go on and what people that they do. Maybe they don't know that. And the people them call, we go do the survey, they not do survey just based on one section, then do a survey for get people them perception on what they really they see, they go on, and then let them wait no more and see. Because really it's about time that we make sure that there is no stone left unturned so that we go change Sierra Leone going forward. And Sierra Leoneans, we don't get parties. Everybody really loves Salon. Now, one party we get. And that party, now the green, white, and blue, not for the SAB. We're not for SAB, no political party. And even those that are in different political parties, they have to understand one thing. You're there within a party, but because you live in a community, you get mixed people. So you get for serve that community, they say, everybody in this community, now me constituents who are for serve, and not for say because this now this political party or this now this political party. So now that I just focus on. And moving forward, I don't even feel that I want to talk about them two parties. I don't even want to call their name anymore again. Because I feel say just doing that, they do injustice to Sierra Leone. So for me, I only know say na Salon and the party where me they serve. I know get two parties, now one party now I get, and I feel say so every Sierra Leone and them for they understand say for Lord change the country, Lord turn things them around for the country. We get for ready for really say the truth and then ready for defend what you talk and not go afraid say because I don't talk you say somebody go stop me for saying it when they come for can ask me with the proof and the evidence say them being corrupt or them being involved in some form of being complicit in all the things that when they do in that country. And then the other thing again, if you're not a leader, or the speaker of the parliament, if you're really not a true leader, if you'll be open to criticism, knowing that as they criticize you, now a way for let you change, now a way for let you improve on your leadership skills, and let you try for see where is the problem, where is the root cause of this particular claim what I say within me house or within the organization where they work or department where they work. There's something going wrong somewhere. Dig in deeper. Try to find out. Put your finger on the point where you need to put it so that you can really explore the truth of the matter. And that way, you can able to help the country let go forward. Just sitting there and then going with, sometimes, the way they vote, even in that parliament, is even wrong, because I don't know if they even get to keep a record, of people that when they can bring in, some kind of like change, like laws that when they want to enact into, the government, then they go to yay or nay. So how many of you say yeah and who said it? I don't know. You understand? They should be able to put their name, make sure we know this is the person that voted for this or this is the person that voted against this. So the time that they decide to go stand in for a different position, you can tell them that, you know what, you be done there against this, or you be done there for this. And this particular thing will be done there against, and not something will be benefit the nation rather than something will be destroy the nation. So really, I ask we politicians them that country let them try for put Salon first. Let them put their own let them try for put Salon first and put all their own personal interest them, at the back of the car, and knowing that in order for Sierra Leone to move forward, they have to be able to sacrifice because they don't want to sacrifice. Now the problem, Nandi, if you don't sacrifice in life, you're not going to make change change happen. So now that means still for say they happen in our country, and we as the Sierra Leoneans them, Lord stop for the set we self, Lord understand say now we therefore hold them people that are accountable. If we not hold them accountable, then we'll just do it and then continue for the destroy the nation for no reason. And that makes no sense. It don't make sense for Sierra Leone. Now, a very small nation that really needs to see a light, that really needs to see clean drinking water, healthcare, infrastructure, and all the different things that what they crave for. And then you go put toll road, where they from, how many toll road, not even on a bridge, right? You don't even pay money to construct a bridge for you to say you're going to put a toll road. It's unnecessary. It's unacceptable, so there's no need for let you do that, right? If you're longer bridge, then go put toll road, even a round trip, then go fix the longer bridge. Everybody go be willing for pay. And a way of attracting, investment in the country, a way of developing the nation, we get all this water. Now look at different countries and, between two rivers, you have these high-rise buildings. Just, imagine those kind of things if we can have it in Sierra Leone. Yet, what we can't do at Ferry Junction, we know it's at the first, land or space where they meet up. Bombing. Is that what we want our country to look like? Seriously, I don't know how people go to sleep thinking of their country in the way it is right now. So really, I hope say everybody work together and we put with differences them aside and not say we forfeit for Mama Salon and we not need any greedy people them for can't tell what you for do now the country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Yeah, and hashtag Salon Strong.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Make we waiting whose friend gets for we for today. Yes, whose friend, you get the platform, sir.
Yeah, hello, Triple A. Thank you very much for giving me a platform for talk. Welcome all the listeners and viewers them, and thanks to previous analysts them. Thanks to the doctor and Tony. Me on take inside this year. Okay, like how Doctor don't say, we remain strong. We will remain strong na the ground, and we will continue for talk. So the Speaker of the House, now in the use for Lego talk against me for Lego debunk. In other words, they try for say this year in all water, what thing they don't do in terms of the perception. We IGR, one of the Institutes for Government Reform, and CAL, one of Center for Accountability and the Rule of Law, they do. But initially, we know, say, of course, IGR and Afrobarometer, and then they sponsor them. And we know how they come, because one time in Kaya will be discussed about them. But they're not going to go into them so much, but we know, say, IGR and Afrobarometer, they sponsor them. And that Afrobarometer then gets another sponsor, where they give them the money when aid. When you get US aid, you get some other Alpha people where they give money, and then they pass on to the organization where they do this year, and I think we then recognize. We done it from the 90s, they come, and they don't do them in about 30-something countries then they continue for them. And I for sure accountability and waiting the people and the passive of what the government they do. But in the Speaker of the House, then get the mandate that is in a section 64, and I didn't take from the Constitution say, well, then get the mandate for can't talk today. That not to the today, that day we talk, which was on Wednesday. Okay, so he talk this talk here, he introduced everybody, he tell thank you to the Bobowe, talk for him before he introduce him, and then he come to the point straight away, say the fact say they're not corrupt. Now he go first talk. But the idea where he bring come, it look a little bit it look confusing and contradicting, because one, they don't do a survey, but he try for use the apparatus of argument on the basis of the sampling number based on the population. And he tried to explain what in perception mean to your way for Siam. But he get for realize in the first place, perception, it come from three different angles. Now in that one day, then for don't know. People and they look from different sides. You they look this they look they wanna all sit down now, they wanna can't look from all the view they wouldn't do. Take for example, like that thing where you say you get that thing where you run a business with that how do they call and say this aerial view. Say when we had the drone, that's very good, that's the word. Say the drone now, why I see the picture, even when you been do the video you do for that island where I've been they go. I see some of the pictures where you take the aerial view. That tell me say you can use the drone well when I've been they go there. And you use the one way na the normal one na the boat na the take them. So you see that view then then you will able to see the picture of everything where how that island they look like. So other man they using drone. Then the same time man they look from the ground. There's other man sometimes now waka camp or they live there, they see what's in the inside. What are they try for bring now? So in anything where you look at, you look at from a different way. And based on the evidence, the way you don't get, how they put together, they will not look. Say this now so you look from up, this now so you look from down, this now so used them for make, and now so this day, or now so easy for pass for go the next time, and so go pass. But this was the thing what they failed for do first of all. They try for can talk first of all. The idea where he hold, he try for talk about say who side and say about corruption. He highlights society where he talk about. I would think he don't do for facilitate the allowance when the constitution. The constituency allowance. He said now he don't increase so that the people go left for call what in a misnomer. Use that word misnomer. That means that a wrong name they may give before. What is the wrong name? It's that the constitution constituency development fund. Constituency development fund. That's what name they call it. So say, well, not to the right word that one day. So India have a different name. It's in a misnomer. So in name we call it a constituency facilitation allowance. What you don't try for increase. So the people and nobody look at perception, say then go able to facilitate what they go do to the people and communicate with them. So I believe say now from the whistleblowers there, your point where they talk now one part the point down one day because I even begin the fracas inside the element where I didn't call it tower. They try for bring about that one day and the other guy they can't argue that parliament we don't go to ACC, but they wait for the outcome. So now for that, it bring that one day. Purposely say it don't increase the money where they give to parliamentarians or MPs. And so what did they go do? Then we before do one. So that he clear that doubt. They say, well, they get money so that they go do what they do. And then he come back for try for clear. Say, well, now, who don't they look at this tier? Say we will corrupt. We not corrupt. Then we look from the other way back because the evidence is not verifiable. And he say he self-introspect. Then they do some self-introspection where they go do a check for themselves where they in the hands of something. So you can't see say it's contradicting. They say no, we're not corrupt. And then they talk say then they do a self-introspection. That when they try for check themselves inside there. We let them go no, who do the corruption. But this is all a modern language. We wouldn't use the modern politics, the language they use for just strive for say now we the shallow people we still get that one way Emerson illustrates say the coconut head because at some point he mentioned what the person will not be able to understand now person will impervious that. Because that's so big word they use that day, like they say, impervious something when they allow something for going inside. So it is as if don't categorize, say you the person will not understand, but the idea where they sell to we or to the people them, it is quite different. If they put the people and say, well, then they are like coconut head, then they impervious, and they allow water for going inside or any substance, it cake from the outside. Then if they try for say, we the civilians then, well, be careful, look upon them because now then they decide, and then based on we the civilians and the power they to the president, and at that power then they get for use. It cut all kind area, but all about this, you go look say not just a war of words. Now in they go on because when you look at from the other end, this perception to what they do. Some people then take their own share, like when they get the one pot, you bring your own plate, they can't give you, take how you go. So what the ACC do? ACC when I been Kelfala, he say in Glady, where they don't tell they say they don't come up from 70% the corruption, they don't count down to 40%. And Udada he tell thank you. He said now the barometer, Afro-barometer. So you see there is a body where a subsection of the parliament, parliament that then give them the right. So then they say, well, waiting barometer say we accept them. It is in favor of we. Well, look right now that they've been the top and that one they wouldn't do the perception. But now they don't count down to a level where 40%. So if I even say per one of social media, he mentioned say, well now look the other one then they don't take first. So in other words, people are not then they fight for claim first position, second position, third position in terms of this perception. But outside the position where they don't put the parliament, they no one for accept them. The position where they put ACC, they accept them. So you doubt now, well, why ACC accept this barometer? Why they not for accept them? That's now the question now you get to ask yourself. Why they not for accept them? Because they no one for humble themselves, come down to the people that will do this perception, ask them waiting we get for do for let we go achieve this wire, or engage them for say waiting we get for do. But they fail for do them. Instead, waiting they do. It threaten the people and way they do them. First of all, they say then at section 46, now you get for use for let you go pass in your order with the contempt of parliament. Anybody were responsible, they go to the one that where they spend their money behind them. He even try for lambast them indirectly. He say then they waste their money. Like I said, then they just take the money they give them. So in other words, they all get for day under this judgment, or in other words, the waiting they get for pass give them, they say get for include and waiting now the punishment we then go give to both the IGR and the CAL. So you can't say he even don't push the NGOs them or other than they help this money for kind side. But the question is, when money they count at parliament, these are all, they get USAID. USAID, they help for make well in the country. Then they make well in the country. They do men water, they help the water society, and they say, wait, they say, no, we already better cry. Now, if they talk, say they want, and they all get for can answer. So waiting if then you then talk, they are waiting, then go say. Then go say, well, when money can outside, they say yes, now they take them. Una know they check who said how money they go. But when we they give money, now let them go check how una they perform. Una they say, oh, well, now we know they accept. Una don't do bad. We know they take that exception day. So it's complicating. The parliamentarian then, when at Tawa and the other guy, una Honorable Givao, Indolo Givao, he say he go use the one way na part 4 of the Constitution, when na section 97, where they talk about the responsibilities of members of parliament, then are waiting them get for do them behavior and the dignity. So that one day it get for use for take pandem. But when you look that section, they get A, the section A, and they talk about members of parliament, how they maintain their dignity and their image. Section B of they talk about what they get for do the representatives of the people them of Salon and what they do for conduct and how they seek improperly and enrich themselves in the eliminated way. So that section there, if you don't use for say, well, now this section B will go use for check who that thief na parliament or who that corrupt. But instead, they left that section there, then take the subsection A. So you can't say this come about to the area where they look about this constitution has to be amended, or else people are going to be victims of this constitution unnecessarily. So now this year, they pray no more, let the leaders then, because the civilians are dying there. The people then they suffer. They talk say now I get right for electorate, now I get right for this. But when the people then talk back, they say, oh well, not the right question they ask them. Well, when they answer, other people then they say, well, then do well for we. Now that one day they link pa now for now they boast. Well, una they say, well, no go link pa now, will they take them back for bounce to now. So it's just gonna be a war of words. I'm not going to go too far. This Saturday day, we're able to go into Ramtino. You use a lot of words, but all I come to, let them just try for make a table round conference with all those who are responsible. They only ask them, threaten and say, "Una go bring una the evidence." The evidence una no say, then they not contact them. They say nobody not tell them. But you were aware because they went through some procedures. Say when they don't pull the results now, then you say you not agree. So now me take that one day, let them go on a table. That is the only way. Instead of going to war of words, we'll go lengthen. So they go take the 2.5 years we then get, it will not pass. In other words, these are all delaying tactics. Thank you very much for giving me the platform. And let them continue for here. God bless you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Usman. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're most welcome, sir.
Yes, sir. Sierra Leone Parliament. What's in your perception? Because I see Michael Coker, he said he agree in all manner of form for faith corruption, but if he'll say they need evidence. He say if you'll say evidence for they not for just accuse people them. Now I make the Speaker of Parliament say the good name of Parliament, that good name with Parliament care for say this now honorable house. Now I make it get honorable members them. They want the one drag and go down. They not agree. They not agree at all. Yes, caller, your name and also the call from please.
Mina Ibrahim, I call from Maryland.
Yes, Ibrahim, you get 3 minutes, sir. What's your contribution?
I don't get going today. Thank you very much for giving me a platform, brother. Always, before they talk, I they pray, say, let God help with country and help with all. You know, Dr. Abbas Bundu now kind of the if we them for don't amend the constitution, we them for don't give them time limit for participating in active politics. This man when they try for 30 people and so about this perception of survey, it only in politics from the 80s up to this time. What the in don't do now the country, where would they both say now this now the speaker we within our politics from the 80s to this time. Now this you don't do what we say they proud of. Now some of them people are all they cause the country in backwardness. They don't take on politics for quite a long time. You know, we let the young one there, we determine, make them come in. Then say they will can do something for the betterment of the country. All this corruption stuff, and they go back to the constitution because they give the president too much powers. Where he say, then they misuse the constitution. From the previous government, they don't pass from after independence to this present government. Because of the powers they wouldn't give the president, they make them misuse the constitution. First of all, the past administration last day, they remove elected vice president unconstitutionally. The parliament not do nothing. It come back to this current administration. They remove elected member of parliament there. They impose the speaker unconstitutionally. Nobody not do nothing. Now so they left off because they say now they get the majority. They don't impose them. They count people there the same day they saw in the people there. You know, if the constitution don't try for review the constitution, we get for the cry all the time because the people there, when they argue so, say they want to see evidence because they know what they do. If it's somewhere you go bribe, they give them brown envelope. We not get evidence. We just get for alala no moti. Nothing not get for Congress. Now we know what the masses get for suffer. And the anti-corruption boss, the same goes about to the constitution. If therefore be allow with the masses, with the civilian people for don't vote for them, let be independent somebody. Sometimes the corruption for don't minimize more than this way how they say and so. Because if now the president now they select the anti-corruption boss, how that man in case the president do corruption right now, how you go to hold on to accountable with the man and put in an office? This is the problem. So Ben Kalfala, the only corruption I see the feds, you know they happen at the current administration. Now all of the past administration they go after and the politicians there because he hand them tie. So let Dr. Abbas Mundu no can threaten people. You know? The parliament and the other thing again, this in terms of when they go somebody in a parliament for go approve. Let them go to vote secretly, like how America do now. They ask whether in favor when they say, hey, if you say we're not in favor, but because of the powers they wouldn't give to the political parties there, they're afraid for vote against the person. Because if they see you vote against the person, next time you're not going to forget symbol. But if they say them vote secretly, you will see the difference. But because of them say you would in favor, and they say you will say you against say so this is not there for done. They're going to help you on Pama Salon. Thank you very much, brother.
All right, thank you very much, Ibrahim. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller ID live on here. Your name and who call from, please.
Yeah, Triple A, and Musa in the call from Ireland.
Yes, Musa, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Okay. Me contribute about this perception when we talk about this parliament. I don't know why the Speaker of the House, Abbas Budu, the good people. A perception means now people what they think. People are not in that country. People don't make people they fool in that country. Perception, if the country if it's alone still there inside this thing, if they make being good decisions in the parliament, Salon they don't go far away from with this. You know, why you go threatening to bring some evidence? There's no evidence, no evidence. The people they see how the country they run, how they do things, you know, they go with things and they don't get for if they know they do. Understand? Listen, only Salon Parliament I don't see. People in the country, eyes on the right, you know, nose on the left. Even I'm yourself, people don't get to vote for that. But if people didn't go and vote to the one they want reject, they don't get to reject because now every person know the vote secretly. So that they get to say for considering that the money corruption. You know? So why you to go try to people a perception of what people they think. And when you look about institution there, people talk and say for say parliament they are the most corruption, you know, for that country. So they not begin threatening people then say they're not corrupt. They are the most corrupt people there, especially that parliament. You know, making it because if you see what they go on at Salon, if they mean to do good decisions, for the people of Sierra Leone. And nobody will show which side would you put. If we don't pass it, and that no nonsense. When we see people for the basic things that people don't get water, light, medical facilities not there. What are you talking about? Because they're not corrupt. We do not threaten that. We don't pass them to the 21st century. We don't even threaten people there. Because you know, Speaker of the House, you go 30 people, let them bring evidence. The evidence on the people in the different accounts, the people to go on, that's the evidence. There's nothing beyond that. Period. Make you not forget, if you forget 30 people, you know, what you think they try for talk? You know? What are they trying to say again back there? I don't know what you said. About this, if even the last time said, this tower, about that, about that startup, not of them call and say, now call and then go talk to them. They say, okay, make you not talk to. Because the man is talking. But if we don't go in touch with him, he talk and say, them in the call and call and them go talk to them. If he make he left the man may not be, which is make he talk what he want to talk. So all the things that we go on at the parliament, the parliament not corrupt. We don't carry the give the brand and law. And they just pass the thing which they want to, you know. So for me, the perception by this talk, the parliament are most corrupt institutions after the parliament gave this position. As for me. So then they did not talk to me for the evidence. The evidence is clear. People don't talk, that the people that they ask, that the country, that they talk to me for the parliament is corrupt. That is serious. And it's corrupt. There's nothing beyond that. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Musa. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, caller, you're live on here. Your name and who call from, please.
It's not Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
You get 3 minutes, Mike.
Yeah, I just want to say Abbas Bundu, because me know they call on doctor. Them people they not deserve respect because they for more than them place they don't want to do nothing where they benefits alone. And they call on Abbas Bundu. Abbas Bundu not thief man, right? Only thief man, then they defend himself so. Because if you know say you're not guilty, you know say you do the right thing for the country. You know they they can't begin they threaten people they defend yourself. That thief man, you don't tell where the thief at that country they. Tell the reason why this salon not the better because of that parliament day. That's also thief man and they put in that place there, you know. When they see salon think for better the country, they know they do it. You know? A thief man there. A thief man, that bank valid, they only for investigator. Now instead they encourage them thief man they are, you know. When somebody when a whistleblower can't tell you say now then they go on, they go say you need evidence. Now whistleblower and I don't tell you so what they go on. They say you need evidence. Like Ben Kelfala, we need for investigator. They say not same one they contribute to this corruption. Yeah. You know fear what people are doing in that country. You don't fear at all. And the same this new administration say that they take away the toll road. Take away the toll road they. You know. Now because they know say the benefits from her. You know. The same thief man in that parliament they not thief man there. They don't deserve respect. No, they don't deserve for call them honorable. A thief man there. Only for the shame them people they are, you know, because they don't do what's right for the country at all. You know? They sit down and they pass bad law there. Bad thing and they pass another parliament day. They don't care about the country. Now you want to defend parliament. But you're not thief man. No can defend nothing, man. Go prove say they do what's right for the country. Then now the people for defend you now. Now the same people then vote they make a survey so say no are corrupt. That means you're not doing a job, you know. Well, no can begin to threaten people, man. Well, you will not say you're not thief, man. You don't tell where they thief. You know, now my own contribution, rent thief, man, only for the expose them, man. Now that's only for do. Let expose them one by one. Now the only way that they not gonna wash shame them people here, man. Let me contribution, I no more.
All right, thank you very much, Mike. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, they live on here. Your name and who call from, please.
Yeah, good evening, Stephen.
Yes, ma'am. You get 3 minutes, ma'am.
I call from USA, a Sierra Leonean citizen.
You get 3 minutes.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I just hope, say, like the same corruption they talked about yesterday, I just hope, say, all we the Sierra Leoneans, then at least we go unite on corruption, because corruption for me another compromise. For example, we so naive with this, even today, you see from the comment that they still be on one side, they put as a for just the green, white, and blue. Even them politicians that would be faithful, we watch in parliament. Whenever something can win an interest, smart, they see no green, no red, no blue, no rainbow color, because we get like 4 members of, even today, I see where they debate on Wednesday, you see where they all, there was no APC, they call themselves parliament. And what most of them they understand, even out there, it's so sad with be like this. When they say parliament, not one party, it's representing all the parties. All this corruption, what they talked so yesterday about where with the losses today, it all comes from a parliament. Now, parliamentary, they cause all the trouble and we hid. Then they talk to them for being development. But let me say, diamond, being carbon and diamond, deal with it for them, benefit for go make rules all over the country. Una vote in favor for these people, like for say the diamond can make Salon just get 3%. I've been so saddened for that deal without a minister. When one whole country out of a whole mining company, the country they only get half less than $1 million just because they're gonna kick back. And we company kick back, then the person at APCO, SLPPO, PDPO, ADPO, what's the name of parliament where it can't and their own benefit. They all connive together. So I just hope and pray, say, God will guide with the Syrians one day, make we all come together, make we fight, wake up and corruption, make we be blind pan party or no, because this is not one party. And I just hope, say, when they're going to vote in the parliament, they're going to make sure, say, they know who to vote. Me, I not believe that for say, because now I'm in a parliament, go something, if you want to vote, because even in America, I want to vote. If something not been go right, now that may make sense. Hillary Clinton may lost the election because he been vote for the Iraq war, even though yes, they succeed. Not all the parliament they vote, they condemn. We campaign election time now. Then they go for I might you say you are part of that toll road who have been voted for. Look the kind of body where they put poor people there. Those the coefficient and don't congest. So somebody say, okay, I want to go being a poor man. I want to go live in a Waterloo. I want to go live in a Yamspan. You make life so difficult for that person, and then they go pay toll road, now a road, now an existing road, and then even put 1 and put 3, and then they blame the drivers, then where they want to make them pay 5 turn. That make you see driver in back, they go to come from Waterloo to 325. If you check all the toll roads, then they pay and soft the way they put on the poor people there. What that cause that? Now the Parliament of Sierra Leone, they may even pass bill the night of handing over ceremony, and when they pass the bill, they say APC pass, and because nobody was angry, nobody came out. At least come and talk for the people, so you give them the awareness. So I'm glad for them two institutions when they give awareness to the people. Shame on the Salon Parliament for making them the threaty people and make them all talk them, view them. Those days are gone. Now that makes sometimes have to even police and they talk for say, if they seize them property, they go give them back. No. What happened during those times? They will not be advanced. Now you did in a village, you see internet. So I don't feel say when the people speak, then go withdraw. When the president will want to forget that impress on the ground. When the people of Sierra Leone speak, they withdraw. When the member of parliament they may ask for extra money, when the people of Sierra Leone be holler, then go. I not believe say if they seize people and property, if the people then speak, the masses then speak, trust me, they go withdraw. So thank you so much. Corruption is endemic. Now that makes sense. All this thief go. Look where they even put a law say where the Auditor General give report. ACC not even get the power for investigate that. Now the corrupt parliament that then get the power. They pass all kind rules they wait for just favor them. People I just ask you this question. Although I don't follow. I ask you by America here. Then they give the members, the MP, the members of parliament, then they give them wardrobe allowance, and then they give them.
I don't think so.
Vehicle allowance.
I don't think so, but I stand to be corrected, but I don't think so.
Yes, it's just ridiculous. All that is corruption. Then they pay you salary. But the poor people in back and the money for them for take back again, for pay transport for you, for give free gas, for give free car. Then what is your money doing for you? Because the way Obama been there, as we been in Chicago. Some of them are the parliament, they didn't even sleep. They left their wife, then constituencies there. So all this software what happen to this so is due to the type of laws. Look where they be angry about this passport thing. Where all man they go pay $100. Now the parliament caused that, and look where they want for rejecter. You go see where Chairman Maji be so angry about it. And for what they call that man for go give account about the passport. After that, APCO, SLPPO, C4CO, Kande, Yunkela, this and that, all man set him out. Thank you so much, my brother. I hope we all go unite to fight against corruption. Like kind of then the MPs there, when it comes to their interest, they're not looking for, they ever see APC versus SNPP as long as it is their interest. But we, the citizens, even when in our own interest, we still look for APC versus SNPP. Thank you very much, Shepoli.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, caller, your name and who you call from, please?
My name Triple A, just like that days I don't say we the top bodies, we say even this commission of inquiry, you don't believe, you not trust, and I just like protocol, I just make up, I will do guessing. We don't begin to look at and say indeed, I don't begin picture some words and we even the leaders and they talk. I don't begin to say yes we can talk. It must be true. Not for the interest of people, and not just like protocol no more than they do. I tell you for free. I listened to the VOA this afternoon the Kafara talk about this invitation we then sent to the former president. How if the president can no more, he will come out happy one day that everything will be solved. Picture down the small, I look at and say, as if you don't, anyway, then I want you to picture back. Then you go to the parliament again. Comprises of all the political parties, but mainly the main political party for now we govern the country. Now then be in the better footing at the parliament. If corruption will take place there, even though yes, now then one party or two parties don't come out clearly say yes, the thing they take easy. But who at the head of the parliament and the main political party? Why at the end of the day not go try for making investigate? These people then where they corrupt. If you not involved, if you really sure say yes, there is no corruption. You know go say no more no corruption on the day. You try for investigate. Call the people you man by picking them we see now they support them. May you know say the corruption. But because of maybe in the time and you know want make people they talk about that, then make it they begin to threat. Because even from invoice where they talk, we know they look at the words that we be pull them up, but the voice tone will be the echo. You know, because it's just like if you try for 30 people and for many people they not investigate, may not continue for further the investigation or talk about that. But at the end of the day, they still want for investigate or they want for talk about the opposition. Some of we not to party we there for. We not there for no party because not to political party. Now 50 party then they get another policy. Now the country is the development one. If even the president, if they listen to this program here, who will call on her, will tell and say, yes, the commission of inquiry don't set. If you really believe in her, the constitution where the past regime, where they try for form, where they try for an act or they try for person online, where it really made it go back on the drawing board, the constitution will go review counter. From there, everybody participates. No will vote in for the new constitution because we call this corruption all. I tell you, if you know, amend that if I won, there is a problem. It will be a very big problem at the country. War, staff like go push far away. But at the end of the day, if we follow no more than old constitution, peace not good in that country there. But if we count a new constitution, we had everybody they participate and referendum whatsoever we put an in place. At the end of this corruption, yeah, as long as we all the time you say yes, it is done, as well as along go better. But at the end of the day, Alexa will halala as long as that old constitution will talk about will still deal with, there will be no peace, there will be no the corruption still will continue. Because the same parliament, therefore continue in the other jury they come, the same way of appointing the commissioner and the anti-corruption commissioner, the attorney general. So all of these things, and then if you not go back on the drawing board and try to know how to appoint them. Would have for appoint them, would have for take that position now lie, now make up, now we do the rest of the paper. Yeah? So me now no more, me they say. But the whole salon corrupt. I'm telling you, the whole salon is corrupt. He in parliament, so he did in civil service, so he did in private, so and they tell you, we know most of the officers that will be the good day, we know what they happen there. Because I don't go to NRA office, don't go to NASIT. Talk about it. The board are registered. It has for talk. The whole staff is corrupt. I'm telling you, until we go back and bread board. Yeah? Then I the only thing I do. Thank you very much.
Thank you
I really
very
appreciate
much,
it.
Safa.
But really,
thank you, sir.
your word we talk. they can't light. This one I will address later. That commission of inquiry in line, I think. To be honest with you, I think we talk. Okay, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
yes, caller, your name and also the call from, please.
Yes, good evening, people. This is Bendo at the call from Kansas City. My own contribution what I get, I tell you plenty thank you for the fact say when I get them dialogue there we they out of the country can able to contribute. But we have a problem in Sierra Leone. All the institutions, them, needless to say, I mean, we all know this, for say they're corrupt. But it's so sad when institutions like the parliament, where the speaker sit down with straight face for tell people and say corruption or did it. Lay the evidence where in the talk about nine are the very parliamentarian the way they talk say corruption did it. Lay them look into themselves. We go talk this for say we have a problem. Then Kefala has a job. If the speaker in go sit down and talk say corruption or did, the parliamentarians the way they say corruption did, let him take that evidence from them. It's just like somebody when an alcoholic. You get to admit, say you get a problem. Well, no, me now we can no more the drink. Well, me, no, now one time for we can more the drink. If you not admit, say you get a problem, you not look for how to cure that problem day. That problem did not go away. Now the problem when we get in salon. None of them people in they will get position, no one admit say problem then at that country day. So if they not admit say problem day, how anybody will go for solve that problem day? We have a problem. It's so sad for seeing watching they go on our country when nobody, none of them, everybody gets in your own way where it describe and when you talk, they say evidence. The evidence that the people are within another country day. Look the evidence. Whose other evidence what we need? And at the very people in the past and they act, then they admit say problem then at the country. When I'm not going to look into the problem, what we want to look, investigate. Mr. Benkefala has a job. Now a big one. Me could just advise say, let we all come and believe say problem there, let we all put we hand how we will solve them. Let people elect for deny. Now that is a new contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bendo. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, caller, ID live on here. Your name and also the call from, please.
Hello?
Yes, sir, ID live on here, sir. Your name and also the call from.
Yeah, me, Lucine Pizza, I call from London.
You get 3 minutes, Lucine.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you, thank you for the good work they do. They God bless you. They God protect you. For anything they do. My own contribution at this program about this corruption at Parliament. You see, parliamentarians them, they don't not so the kind of body we get that facility for lay their hands on beaucoup money. The corruption we in the Parliament. Now the envelope the way they pass for let them pass bad laws then at that country. Now in the corruption at Parliament. Yeah. And if you look this corruption, as we know and talk to this particular Parliament here, the corruption all start from the man SSF. This man was a criminal. Now the Sierra Leone when this man they find him guilty for selling passport them. Now very serious crime against the state. They find out money. Well, I don't know where they find them. They're not jilamu. Now money they find them. Don't even pack in time. They find out money. I don't know if you don't pay the money. Safe. Nobody don't even check it whether you don't pay the money. This same man who allow him back. They not. He come back where we not allow him. They make election. Then this same man, they come back. They can't impose them back on constitutionally. Then tell me to how corruption no go in the Parliament. No, talk the truth. No, all fix the facts. How corruption no go in the Parliament? It was constitutionally imposed on that Parliament day. So anybody who can it just the fella. Thank you very much, sir. That's your contribution, Andy.
All right, thank you very much, All Science Caesar. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, ID live on here. You name and also the call from, please.
Yes,
Yes, Patrick, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Well, we all know the parliament corrupt. The man, Abbas Bundu first, the man goes inside our city as corrupt man first. The way they elect her, that's through corruption. So it didn't sign in blood, it didn't sign in spirit, it didn't sign in DNA. NPR system, it don't stay one role in history. They not get good record. Abbas Bundu not get good record inside Sierra politics. Everybody know that. But still, they put and they corrupt with it. So why not go defend corruption? Why not go stand? Because you're going to do corruption. They don't vote and they ask not vote, they just simply just go there. So inside your own foundation for say building host power, now corruption first. So I'm not surprised if they defend corruption. The parliament no say the laws them, the deal them. Whatever they don't do, don't make that country, they don't wreck. So we know for the country don't corrupt already for whatever reason. You know, so you go. You know, all the corruption the way they don't laws the way they don't affect that country. So many bad laws there. Everybody go talk. If we not get good roads today, na bad laws there. We not get lights, na bad laws there. Where the parliament they don't pass from the 10th to now up to now. Cases they go to allow parliament. It's just the area was number one. You know the house come high end, high not end. You know they see press release. Oh look for passport. Somebody mentioned about passport. But when they invite them, where they come, what's in the outcome? Yeah. Cell phone, where they raise cell phone. Tariffs and hospital and all that. When they call it, the people they don't go with paperwork. What's happening? Yes, that is silent. That not show corruption. Institution they don't complain about it. They don't call minister. What's in the outcome? We don't hear nothing. How they pass. Yes, bank governor, they don't call her. I will see pass, what's not pass. Yes. So that is not something they're not corrupt. The man forcing corrupt. If he did about good history first, he did not say about corruption inside blood. From the say you not get good record. So for a lady to not be open mouth, it is threatening people there. Let's be careful. I always say the whole way they dig now for yourself. Because you know they expel all that person for doing that. You know just be the kind of threatening people that let's say, you know, if they don't say you as if man or prove yourself, say, go see. Simple as that. Well, also big allegation, there is nothing they set more. They're not the talk, police. They're not the talk because they know themselves. The only thing on with the seat, they will see that they post how they perform prayer, then God will change them. All that they see they do they pray for. They kind of media so they pray, then they do this, they will reform the police they will make sure that they do the job. They decide because they don't say they corrupt, they don't go talk. But you the election, they put in at that position through election, back door that you enter. You know, enter at the main door. You know, they even enter back door, window. That through window now you enter. So how you go play straight. When they ask you, can't lock me then at the front door. You don't have it because that through window now you enter. So why if somebody enter that through door, that window there, you go be defender. You go defend and say, oh yes, this time we don't pass through that window there. So now the same kind of continuation. Let's be careful. Not go to threat to people and let's say, nah, they pay them or nah, they feed them. You know, they provide good things then for laws then for let people they get the life, the better, they go. Now people that they have. This is not the evidence that they want. Common are now that they have. Say yes, we are corrupt. They not ask politics. Now MSC say they are suspect. Now let me forget for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, you live on air. Your name and you say the call from, please.
Hello?
Yes, you're live on air.
Yeah, this is Alaji. I call from Maryland.
You get 3 minutes, Alaji.
Thank you very much, sir. Parliamentarians, and first of all, they need to be ashamed of themselves. Therefore, she don't. They're like, wow. Wait, no, let me just go with they say. Because tell me. They say that they monitor the parliament monitor most of the politicians there. I don't know if it's quarterly. You know when they monitor them. Is it quarterly or every 3 months or every 2 months? You know anything about that?
I get no idea. They get the committees, then they actually, but if not quarterly or half a year, I don't know.
Okay, not just say quarterly, because they know we say one only year. They know go and try for check them guy what they do for the constituency or what they do for the country. Because you can check somebody 3 months or for 6 months or even 1 year for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. You don't see anything. Yet they say corruption, don't they? Come on, man. Let us stop for foolery. Like what Big Mike is saying, the people are lying in their life away, they put foolery. You go sit down. Like a million of 8 man are coming here, understand? And they pay people, and they pay secretary, they follow and do work there. They don't do work there. I know they inquire, I know they check on them. I just go for check on them. So if you don't do the job, you got fired. Like, they fire you. I mean, so let us stop this corruption business. The politicians there, corruption also ingrained in their system. Then they lie for we we don't know what's going on. You know, this is not the 1960 or 1970. We're talking about the 21st century where everything is liable for being at the internet. If you don't see something at the internet, we get people who get eyes there when they see, say, oh, but look at this guy, look how you used to wear big police, look at Bele Olympic, look around a Prado in the drive, look at how much they don't go build. Come on, you are not being paid that much money, and then inside 1 month, 2 months, you don't go build how many houses there? Tell me, is that not corruption? So you parliamentarian, the country say, we're not get corruption in that system. Come on, man. Stop fooling the people. Stop fooling the people. That's why they need for all the accountable. If for me, they were the all. They are fired. We say new people there. But if new people, we say just back home. The president will take all men, the people, they don't come put them back. You see, this is the problem we have in Sierra Leone. We put somebody on no feet, you bring another one in, they say that's a family member. Or they bring the same recycled politicians them back. I don't know what them do, what them thief, what them go sit down, then come back for like and thief back more and more. That can't happen. We can't continue like this. We can't continue like this. These guys must be held accountable. They must be held responsible. They're responsible for what they don't do. We need to do something about this guy. I'm telling you, we need to do something about this guy. These same old politicians, they come back. They can't see for money back. Then go. Joko come. Come can do better. Can lie. They put inside. He thiefs. It's like a recycling. It's like recycling. So what's about the whole drink water park? They take them back, they go recycle and they come back like new one, like for say, not you know, because they know to the old one is all we don't use. Even, the toilet water always, the recycle, the end they use that DC all over. So, Sierra Leone, their politicians here, we need to set an example. The way the Commission of Inquiry don't cancel, then people not pay them money today, who put in the street? They are gutter cleaners. They for clean gutter. They clean area then. Mabela then, dog bay, they go clean all inside in the 24/7. I mean, this needs to stop. We need to set an example. Now, I don't know what I'm for say. Thank you very much for giving me the time.
All right, thank you very much, Alaji. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Palimeno de Joko. They're not to Joko. Yes, caller, ID live on here. You name and side call from, please.
Oh, okay. Hey, Triple A, how you do, Pa?
Good, sir. You get 3 minutes, sir.
Hold on a little bit. I hope you're already hearing myself over and over. I kind of update before, but I think are good right now. You know, we are old enough for no Abbas Bundu. Abbas Bundu is a corrupt human being. I know Abbas Bundu because I know good brag, but they're very close blood relative, the one that all be the power. Abbas Bundu, Abu Karim Kuroma, Ablai Conte, so I know Abbas Bundu. Abbas Bundu is a corrupt human being, they all be the APC. So, to me, like disgraced politician, because in any civilized nation, with everything we meet 4, 5, 6 months ago, when they're showing pictures on a TV, a decent human being could just resign. Say, I know they put my country through this, I know they put my party through this. But that just shows how African politicians they do. 2, we wanna bring that argument 6 months ago about anti-corruption for the percentage, and the reason is also more people getting 5%. Because this guy, he never go after corruption. He get no interest this APC boss, you know, there's no interest for go after corruption. It only to go after corruption, decide which side it get interest on. We not get to do with the people that we hire them. Because just like what Mike said, even though me and Mike is cracking, but he's right. A whistleblower, it just give you a little bit details. FBI denial. Not to everything, then they go, now the person where they can't give them the end, pass the person, go bring the evidence. No, then just they give them a tips. Now they go into investigations, so tell you they take them months. Then if na surveillance, they go to surveillance that person there, if na camera, if na in concept that the body hold. Even that no say, we all guy not get that technology. But if for not able to take anything here, same thing would be happen with that journalist, Tijan Jalo. If you protect that guy, it matter. In some they also investigate. But it just don't know when they say, well, the bank say they not get. So I believe what in the bank say. Then when they say, if you get evidence, bring up. So you're not an investigator. Investigator, you need to let them give everything. Then they lead you. Then you take over. So when they always talk, say, we not get evidence. You know why they say that? Because they not bring the opposition. If not the opposition, they bring to them. It will look for evidence. This parliament, they corrupt. This parliament, they corrupt from Shakastivili time. They corrupt from Momoy time. They corrupt from the power passed away time. And they corrupt from APC. But what do you mean they say? So we people, the opposition, APC, which are una day. Because we don't see what APC did have power for the past 11 years. We will not see one member of parliament like the APC are waiting up against EU party and say corruption day. But we don't see who say two SLPP newcomer politicians and they don't clean up so. They don't clean up, they don't put on boxing glove, they go against the EU party. In Jevao na one, and in Jevao it don't say why they follow around because number one, the constituency way come on a day will come on. Na that kind of area, that Kisi area, who border out Liberia. I know I've been on the follow him before he even win election. Now we don't see what things are what they can do. And all the day, why will not get another opposition then? Because the man will maybe they support self. When KKY, so maybe the guy is useless right now. It's not even important. It's not even say anything. That kind of thing, APC, NGC, and the other party will come up. Now the people they come up with it here. Now the people they say now all their corruption they are. Would they see what corruption they go? They want the opposition. Not only one way the party with the power, because we know how Salon Bidon mold them. Party with the power, the member of parliament, they need ever go against the party because we see what happened. APC member, they not ever, even when they know say corruption will go, they not one day accept yes, corruption day inside parliament. They not ever do it. But now we don't see two newcomer SLPP parliamentarians, they go against their party. So now we give them kudos. And we wait for the APC and NGC themselves to follow. Let them support them guy because most of us say they don't know what's in the God. They know. But not only when they ready by Chroma and by Chroma, now they tell they go wear black and catching up in parliament. Now the people that put the people of Sierra Leone vote for them at the constituency. Now they for the third for that they hear them for whole time. They follow the suit of in Jevao and the suit of Tawa. Then two journalism or then two civil society guy, I don't follow them even before I begin following. I don't follow them for a very long time. Now guy them will not bias. I don't listen when they talk most of the time. They're not biased. So today we all raise them, we hail them. I hope so we go hail them when they come back with any report because that this same podium where that another gentleman, where that barometer guy, they can't wait to say something about APC, we see where people that go crazy. Oh, now because he come on at the south, now why not be the right about SLPP? No, these guys, they're always there in the middle. And we know that the South will come out, and they got but they're always there in the middle. Today, when they raise them, say they do the right thing, Lord will raise them if they call somebody else in name next time. We will finish Saturday. Let me know that no more.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, Omar. Thank you. Yes, call ID live on here. Your name and the call from, please.
Yes, good evening. This is Nancy. They call from US.
You get 3 minutes, Nancy.
Yeah, I just want to rob more small per this toll road business. I see a lot of people, they say, oh, now part of development, then consider ourselves people, then they pay, so why not we no go do, for development you get for pay. As for me, my own personal, what me they think personally, nobody they dispute that. Nobody go say, okay, we no want development. Nobody no go say, okay, I go refuse for pay. The only thing we me they against that road, it be done day since time immemorial, and them been just make that road day. So how people then go can't pay for her now where they be don't pay for them before? People then taxpayers money, we all taxpayers money, and they use where they don't make that road day, and then all of a sudden this company come, you just can't add 1 or 2 lane, and then they pay for the whole lane there now, the old one now and the new one now, told them they both sides. Even then country there, then get option. Then get the one way be saying a toll road is faster, is shorter. You they reach quick outside they go. You go get no problem na road. Then if you choose the other one where no get toll, it will take you longer because traffic and other stuff there then they on the way. And maybe go meet up traffic light and all the other things they meet them on the way. So why then self no go do the same and leave that road where be done day from 19 depth where be done day where people them don't pay for them don't fix them. Why they not leave them alone? Then bypass them, create a shorter road. Because I'm sure where they go bypass. If he calls here for put bridge, then go put bridge for let them go bypass and maybe they make a shorter road. And if they make that shorter road day, then can put say, okay, once you don't pay toll fee now, so maybe where they left Freetown, and then for enter wherever some way they go if in a Makeni before you enter the last toll road, and then whatever you pay, okay, that's understandable. People then go still pay as long as he faster, policeman or what the police what they not go for go and border you na road, people then go pay. Or better yet, then can make them along the way where the motorcar then they go, then can put a place like here where then get side where people then go stop, for let people then go wet, then can create that for attract people them. Believe me, drivers they don't want the entire the kind torment to the policeman and the torment say if he then gets an option where be say that road day, they make them fine any faster, any shorter without the torment of the police, they then go take that toll road, then go pay that money for use that toll road. Believe me, then they take the other way, be say from the beginning to the ending, wherever way they go, you get for going, then police and they go and torment you. So we all know they're against development, and that's I want to say. And also the last thing I want to say, we politicians them. Go pray for rain, then want to deal with the mud or the poto. They work like that. When rain come, if we expect say poto, they come with them. So when them put you on side, work fine, do what you supposed to do, where them pay you able to save that money because then they give you a motor car and then they give you gas. So whatever way then they pay you, now your money is, in fact, they even touch again. So if you want for investor, you can still invest in a salon and employ young people them if you like. But when you left that, you decide for jump and the people then you own where then count for let the country go fine, then we have a problem. Now you get for deal with the mud now. So if the time don't come now, the rain don't heavy, the mud don't come, now no one for deal with it, go work like that. When I get for deal with the people because now we know the mud now. So now that's the number I get for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Nancy. Yes, call ID live on air. Your name and where you call from, please.
It's not Ezekiel. They call from Oregon.
Yes, Ezekiel, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Thank you so much, Triple A. Just like yesterday, what I've been trying to say about the anti-corruption thing we they're putting in there, we not get no system set in place. Things that come out like even way journalists and they ask them about certain people where the name be appear on the commission, and then they say, oh, some people will not get evidence, but if you get evidence, come with them, do no research on them people, and they obviously, as long as they are connected, they waste time for do research on them, and this night they make people and they think they become so divided, because people are not stupid. We always see, a lot of Sierra Leoneans, then they see, they're not able just for talk loudly, like traditionally we say, you get the free speech, you go able to get free speech, but after the free speech, are you really free? So now make a lot of people and then they talk about this thing. But whenever a government comes inside, it puts some system in place for he act as a watchdog, it's always looking out for the opposition against the opposition. People and they see that day. When something they happen within the party and then they see you take heavy action, rather they ask people and let them out with evidence. That's why we hired you for. Now the reason that they then put you in there. Not to the people if they tell them let them come with evidence. You get all the ways and means. You forget all the tools them. Now you back pockets, now all pockets where you get. You forget the tools in there. If you not get them, then you for request from the comment from the parliament, you for go to them. Say, hey, now this we want to do now the country, we want to make sure say corruption done at this country. In order for that to happen, we need the best technology, we need the best group, we need the best people, and a so area we get for pulling, a so amount to get for cost. Go with that project and let them see. And all the people and they hire not to partisan people. You hire them from the pools, in Sierra Leone, they even ask for connection. Now, whether they're capable for do the research and the job, you hire them people and then they go come with evidence. Then go come with evidence. But when somebody sees something, then complain, then will be asked, where you come with evidence. What do we hire the anti-corruption guy for? What do they pay us Sierra Leone money for? The name so describe the complaint with people and they make. The name so describe the thing they cry about. Anti-corruption. Now you that we hire, they hire you for that. They count you inside Sierra Leone for that purpose. Why you they try for let the ordinary person go out and come with evidence to you? What thing they do now? What thing I job? Why would they pay them? No way. Then they really piss people them off with them. We all understand what they go on. That's my contribution. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much, Ezekiel. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, caller, are live on here? Your name and where you call from, please.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, AAA. My name is Amaris. I call from Australia.
Yes, Amar, I get 3 minutes. Waiting on your contribution.
Yeah, my own contribution what I get here, the Abbas Bundu self get problem, but Sierra Leone, that bribe, we don't know our system. Even the parliamentarians and the new one, we get new members that win at the first time for being at that parliament, all that bribe in that commission, we don't so used to rap. That's the problem. Even the one that way they come over senior, try for go be a member of parliament, all thing, then get their own aim and waiting set. Now, few people and with the good done yonder for go stand for being parliamentarians or for do the right thing, but few of them, some man get their own aim for go make quick money, all that thing, then they, it really disturbing, it really hard for faith. I don't know when God will send somebody, it really hard, it really, that's in the don't know our system. Lord, we know, it really hurts, I'm your own contribution than the normal. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, caller. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, caller, your name and where you call from, please.
Hello, AAA. This is a boy calling from USA.
Yes, sir. You get 3 minutes, sir.
Okay, so one thing is, how do we expect parliamentarians to fight corruption when most of them got in there through corruption? And I think we have to blame the political party because most of them, the parliamentarians are in there, they don't know from the left to the right. They don't even know the national anthem.
Because if they know the national anthem, they will know their job. Because it said, I put her interest above all else. And most of these parliamentarians in there, maybe they got in this position because maybe they are popular in their area. I think our political parties need to have criteria for these parliamentarians and the competency. But I think most of the time they take these people from the street because they are popular in the neighborhood and then put them in parliament. So that's one of the reasons why we are still facing corruption in our parliament. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, I did live on air. Your name and where you call from?
Yeah, this is Naumar, I call from Minneapolis.
You get 3 minutes, sir.
I remember I've been saying, did you get me, right? I've been saying, text you. This stuff is just about like sterling politics. I don't understand. But if you buy like the stock market, everybody in a shareholder in that place, I tell you, where they end up at that politics stuff. They expect the way you put your money inside and say, forget the return, the dividend, if for did it. I don't know why then for the recycled people in that place, they for say, this don't commodity they need for green card. They don't get qualified people in the country for take them position in this. Exactly. I don't understand. Because now the revolving door, they go all the time or they go through again. So you see by the recycle people, well, I don't know, say they don't go through this previous regime there or previous government there. But I bring them inside back. Are you expecting for change? Now that I don't understand. You know? I don't really understand how they expect things for change. Because if the person, you don't know that government and they say, you know, now I kind of talk. If we don't get system in place, maybe to see that continuous stuff. Even if they give continuous stuff, the person assesses on the way they fight the corruption and did it. This is not some disease, I tell you. We don't know no more about that disease, like kleptomania. They don't decide the blood for them come out, go anywhere and a problem, man, I tell you. They have for them to cure that kind of disease, because anyhow they try, they explain to people, say, the essence. For them, you will not do that thing and they develop a country. They ask for them to explain that. Anyway, I don't even get much for talk tonight, man. It's tough for women. It's tough. Very tough. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, man.
You're welcome, yes. Yeah.
President Bill can say, corruption the fight back. Look, ACC Commissioner Francis Benkefala can say, a hat for proof corruption case. He say because corruption they take place secretly. Now under secrecy, now people and they do them corrupt practices them. That's not what he can always say. He says so then job he really cut out for them because waiting do corruption can take place secretly. He say not to like how you go buy pepper in a market. So whenever it can always come back for say, we need evidence. Because people then say, people then corrupt. You go ask, say, is it not the same person? We can always say, it's difficult for make we prove corruption cases then because secretly then they do them. You go ask again, say, when will people of Sierra Leone, we the people, when we go able for begin put out there when corrupt practices them, they take place? You will say, we already got a whistleblower. But what's in me saying here before? You working always fight for party. If you're able for back up 1 or 2 steps, make you take good look, it go fine for you. Whenever Parliament them, they fight for personal benefits, they always speak with one voice. whenever we parliament they fight for something personal, now one voice now then they talk with. You will never hear APC, SLPP, NGC, C4C, the chief them. No, they speak as parliament. We can go back. When they want wardrobe allowance, when they want, you name it, they talk with one voice. Yes, two people parent come out, talk. Now, Honorable Gevao, in go to the extent in name. He don't try in part. Let me say, he don't try in part. Because, let me say, if he knows somebody, we already, don't give money for make them approve them. The one who collect the envelope, they know the people. He go to the extent he call the clerk. Now, they call an ACCC, make he can give evidence about that thing where he talk. He already don't talk. So, anti-corruption, I then get the job now for go prove them. The one way you know give evidence when I talk no more talk. You they already say, then they probably you talk for discipline them. You know, pointed to, now just talk no more talk. Then they don't sit down by matter, like how say sit down up in parliament in matter right now. Then sit down by you matter for discipline. What if he be call name now? Where he be say, it has pleased the president. And the president, the majority within a parliament right now. Now, yes, sir. Now, they ready for saying it's the president send it. So, I know say some people will say yes, if I go to the extent and say, and call the names them out. But I think say, in Sierra Leone already, it don't do yun. It don't do yun. So, ACC there now they for go now, the extra mile, for go prove them. Abbas Bundu, the Honorable, inside the Honorable House. Like I said, it say the Ethics Committee go can sit down. But before the Ethics Committee they sit down, it don't talk say, it not believe them, they want them, they financier them, and all this thing, it not believe. Una not believe first, una say una not believe. Then waiting the Ethics Committee they go sit down for check waiting. Something we not believe? What you want prove? Maybe that thing they say for them go for sit down for just now over wine or over beer or over goat pepper soup. Then they go just sit down and talk, say, left the one and there, or they know then compile paper and can meet and say, we don't do work, just like how we already know say nothing, nothing. But before they make this meeting with them, press them, the Ethics Committee for don't meet, don't investigate, then they come out now for can say, we've investigated and find nothing. So this now waiting we use for investigate. Because we say forget for ask them now say, wait until then they ask IGR and Carl, waiting they use, we say go ask and say, who don't ask, wait would I use for investigate. But they not do it. They don't refute and force, they don't trample upon them, they don't nyamanyamara. Say na lie. Don't they say now that they go sit down for looking into her. Bruh. Some of you, where did they know to coconut to? Some other people will fall for it, but some of we will not go fall for her. Because now that one they first una for don't do, una get una findings now, una come now, una can make that 30-minute speech, and all in 10 man they always can't team up like say, woman they self not in a parliament. Then put all the man that they can defend themselves. Eh? Why now? Why? Why? Sierra Leone. Why? Parliament. This report not come out. Me, I don't talk and I say something the way the minister they sabi we make they no respect to na. When me go una invite them, they know they look una way safe. Now something where they sabi, they no say una be don't collect envelope na their hand. So somebody we a big. We know them parable there. And now I reach down there. But into the area from Andrew Lavalley, they said they're not afraid. They're not afraid though. So all this one way contempt of parliament and I go take all the bundle there una ibam pardon anything we can done. For say una corrupt. Una corrupt. Who says if we do we own? People then say una corrupt. Una corrupt. So una can show we now say una not corrupt. Now £1 and I can't tell we. Say even people and they na ministries and they say una they are rats there. Because if they know if they say claim money don't pass na that ministry. Because they know say everybody na corrupt show na any you know. Then they begin pass like fly, killy like fly. Now that ministry day. And so then go begin pass. Why? We still wait for now. After our ethics committee, don't sit down. Would they beg? Yeah, after una don't sit down, I come back on I can't wait to una fan. Or for now, all offend external auditors them. Investigators, the let them can investigate una. No, not to investigate self. And see, the ACC commissioner say, he go begin do lifestyle investigation, where the money that they pay you, and how they live in a commensurate, we go begin see. Now we go lock all things today. We want to say, get well soon, to we sister, I'm not to Sanusi, Belgium, who pray say go to surgery yesterday, pray say you get well soon. And to the other sister, Safia too, we know the area lately, instead of say you go to surgery, just like I'm not to. We pray say una will get well soon and get better, so that we go begin the read from una again and the read from una. And now to the one in our Facebook. Sarah Conte, please. You know, say you don't think at the house. So if you understand, Kunku Mutate, please. And Sarah Conte. Now this we can talk. Why would they go against we safe? Now this the politicians they want to see. What thing we want for proof? Please. No stress. No stress with a big. No, just respect each other's view. Yeah? Everybody get rights to your opinion. Everybody get rights to your view. But at the end of the day, we only talk now for make we learn from each other. So people then can't talk. You say, if you go listen, please say, you back someone corner yonder. Some people then go talk, go listen, say, yes, these people. So please, we're all brothers and sisters with one love. Kunku Mutate and Sarah Conte, please, with one love. And we just respect to each other the big. Yeah? Because the one that we can come, you they call the network names, let them be. But no stress. No stress, please. We go there back to the good old days. good old days. Eh? Now we lock all thing for today. No, before I lock, yesterday, somebody in the house, Mohammed Kamara, the news meets me late, is celebrates in 17th hair wedding anniversary in the UK. Congratulations, and congratulations to the Kamara family. We pray say God will continue for Kobauna, so that we're going to count the years them more and more to come. Eh? Tomorrow, good old days. Today, no stress. Till we meet again. Triple S, Tata.